Hello, my friends. Welcome to CJ Reads Books. I'm CJ, and today we are talking about The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. This was my third book that Miss Spinny Spinny Bum Bum spun for me, and at first I didn't think I would like this because A, it's a fisherman novel, B, it's a classic. The writing of classic authors are harder for me to digest just because I think there's a language barrier in there and a processing barrier in there. I really didn't think I was going to like it, but it surprised me and it turned out really well. But before I get too far into it, let's go! So I think I like changing my setting for these book reviews because I don't know. We're gonna have to think about a theme song or something about like book review in the car, something like that. I don't know. I'm not very creative when it comes to making my own stuff. But yeah, we got to think about something like that. Anyway, so Ernest Hemingway. I don't think I've read any of his books, like in school or anything. I've heard of his books. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never read Hemingway before. So this was a new experience altogether for me from the beginning. Now, because he is a classic, it worried me just a little bit because I have trouble digesting classic books. For example, Pride and Prejudice in that era, I didn't really appreciate that processing time. My buffering speed for that was awful. So I thought it was going to be like that. And on top of that, it's about fishing. And the first fishing book that I've read was The Fisherman by John Landon, I think. And that bored me to pieces. I was so confused. And granted, it had other aspects of the story, like grief and stuff like that. But oh my gosh, that was like a boring read. This, however, was completely different. Opposite spectrum. I loved Hemingway's imagery. And on top of that, it was a very short story, but it kept me engaged the whole time. This was a straight read for me. I read this book in one sitting, and it was fantastic to the point where I was so hooked on the story of this old man and his fishing adventures. And it was like I was in that boat with him, beside him. And I think it helped that Hemingway included photos of himself and his friends fishing because Cuba was a very frequent trip for him and very enjoyable trip at that for him. So it just it was different. It felt like it was from the heart instead of just an author telling a story. And I think that's what made me appreciate that the most. But yeah, this is a short read. It's a good read. Like, I mean, it did nothing for my slump. I'm still not in my slump. So that's fantastic. I love this book. This book was so pure. It was so heartfelt. And you could feel all the emotions in it, the bad, the good, the worry, all of it. And it was amazing. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars just because it engaged me the whole time and it hooked me the whole time. And I was fighting for my life with him on that boat. And it was so phenomenal to see his writing for the first time, actually. And this makes me want to read more of his stuff because it was just so engaging and so amazing for a fishing novel too. So if you've read this book, tell me what you think. I think this was his last book published before he passed. And I'm glad I put this on Spinny Spinny Bum Bum because this was a great read. And it was a short read too. It was like 138 pages or something like that, not including the appendix stuff. So yeah, give it a shot. Tell me how it is. Tell me if you've read this book before. Tell me if you would like me to read some other books from Hemingway. I'm collecting more books for my TBR wheel, which is hilarious because I have like 45 plus books and I'm not even halfway through my TBR. But yeah, tell me what I can add to it. Down below, I got a couple links. The first is to my Etsy store. I sell blind dates with the books. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to try to get a Halloween deal in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Also, I have a Patreon. So what is a Patreon? So a Patreon is where all my videos go. If you are a member, paid or not, it's where all my videos go literally right after I edit them. So you'll see all my spinny videos, all my hyperfixation workout videos, all my writing videos, and all my long form book videos. And you have to be a paid member to see those, but it's only $4.99 a month, and you'll get, all the benefits of seeing all my posts literally the second after I edit them. And the third link, you can buy me a coffee. But if you can't do any of those three and you are struggling, you are here right now. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share my book reviews with a friend. Maybe they'll follow me too, so I can start going on live. I'm planning on, playing some games on live too when I reach one more subscriber. So all I need is one more subscriber, guys. Come on. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Robert Willem, for being my one Patreon member. You have stayed since the beginning, and you have stayed through my slump. And I really, really appreciate that because it sucks being in a reading slump. Because reading is something that I really, truly enjoy. It takes me out of my current world and puts me in some place that I enjoy. And not being able to read and not mentally being able to read is really hard. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank y'all, the rest of y'all, for being here too. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.